Today I'm going to be talking about something that a lot of people suspect, even, content creators and opinionated people, even they suspect this, but they can never fully hone in on what is accurate. I'm going to be talking about why all of your visible leaders, such as your religious leaders, your government leaders, your politicians, your chiefs, commissioners, directors, etc., why everybody who's presented to you as being in a position of power, being in a position of authority, why they're all presented as idiots, including the people that run media, make music, make movies, etc. So, at some point, you realize that the people that you're told are your leaders, they seem visibly incompetent. To the point where a lot of the orcaloids, they're like, man, my president's a fucking idiot. I could run the country better than him, or my governor is stupid. I could run. And that may or may not be true if what they were thinking is accurate. But what you guys have got to understand, and the wrestler Stevie Richards said this best when he was talking about the hierarchy in the WWE. Vince McMahon was the guy that basically controlled everything, and all the other executives below him were avatars of Vince McMahon that didn't have any power, but they were there to block you from getting to him because he would have hundreds of people waiting in line because he micromanaged everything. That's essentially how it is in real life as well. You see, your presidents, your commissioners, your directors, your rappers, your actors, these people are all avatars, right? The amount of power that they actually have in the grand scheme of things is minimal, but they're simply avatars in place so that you can't actually get to the people that really have the power. And all we have to do is go to the source, right? In real life, those of y'all that have ever studied history, did you guys ever wonder why, when a king goes out to the battlefield, why doesn't his country collapse if he's the guy with all the power? Why is it that if a king died on the battlefield, the country continued to run as if nothing happened? Who was running the country when the king was out in the battlefield? Now, a lot of people will say, oh, well, Chris, the steward, his chamberlain, his lower tier vassals. I mean, and if you say that, you're kind of proving my point in the first place. Those people were avatars of the king, and the king was an avatar to the people that actually ran his country. You even see that in modern times. Why is it when the president dies, the country continues as if nothing happened? I mean, yeah, it makes the news for a little while, but as far as what happens on our level, things kind of remain the same. I haven't watched the video of Trump getting shot, and to be perfectly honest, I'm probably never going to watch it because I don't care about politics, because the thing is, if Trump died, nothing really would have changed. That's what people, and deep down inside, everybody knows this, but because the truth is so scary to accept, people really want to believe that, the sheep really want to believe that you can decide who your leader is. No. All you have to do is observe nature. You didn't decide who ran your high school. You didn't decide who the popular kids were. You didn't decide who was that guy in high school, in middle school, and then when you start working, you don't decide who your boss is. The people that rule over you, the people that get it, they're a natural physical manifestation of how the universe works. Deers don't elect a lion. Okay? Rabbits don't elect wolves. You get what I'm saying? Lesser humans don't elect higher humans. The people that control, like in your friends group, that guy who's the leader, that guy who's the most dominant energy, you didn't elect him. When you observe nature, there are no elections. When you observe elections, you see that damn near everybody is related to each other. And I'm going to go more in detail about that because I was watching the video about the Holy Roman Empire, and without even intending to do so, the dude explained pretty well how all of these avatars continue to stay related to each other. He explained it very well because I had some people comment on my video where a little girl found out that all the presidents are related, and people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. These people have never studied genealogy. These people have never studied human DNA, and they just say the most ridiculous shit in the world to kind of try to block out that all their avatars are related to each other, and this is done intentionally. You people that think I'm insane, just ask this simple question. If sheeple have the power to elect their avatars, why the fuck are all the avatars related to each other? If people were electing the people that they thought were the best candidates for the job, you wouldn't just see one or two or three dominant bloodlines everywhere across multiple countries, you know what I'm saying, across multiple states, okay? You would see a variety. But because you don't, that's direct proof that people don't have as much power at. No, here's the ironic thing. People would have a lot of power if they band together. But people don't band together. People want to fight over, I mean, I was reading a thread, man. Motherfuckers were arguing about the realism of a video game, and I'm just like, dude, it's a video game. It's not supposed to be realistic. What the fuck are you like? But so people just argue and fight over nothing, while those that rule everything, they're sitting at the table eating, you know, chowing, you know, they're laughing, man. It's a game to them. But the main reason that these avatars are always displayed to you as incompetent people is because you look at these people at being at the top, right? You look at your God who died in his own fucking holy book. You look at him as the top, so death is your core thought process, right? You're like, damn, if the guy who created all of this died in his own holy book, then that must be your fate as well, right? You look at the fucking presidents and you're just like, damn, if these people were number one and they're stupid, then it must be natural to be stupid. So it has a direct effect on your thought process, right? Because if in your mind the highest level is still incompetence, you're going to be content with incompetence. But when you begin to see, and this is what made me change, because I was a communist when I was 14, I looked up to Mr. Isip Stalin, right? Because his Hollywood story is that he went from being a bank robber, you know, to being a dictator, right? He went from rotting in prison to coming out in prison and ruling everything, right? And then when I dug further and I realized that he had some assistants, that's when I realized these people were just avatars, man. They're not what we think they are. Now, basically, I had to realize that Stalin was an avatar and that he was in the position that he was in was because of the people that were assisting him. And then when he was no longer needed, it's no coincidence he was killed by his own doctor. Of course, this is assuming that if what we're told is true, which it probably isn't. It's called his story for a reason. And that's another thing people like to get on me. They say that I over-exaggerate the importance of words, even though for humans, words are everything. We see the world through our eyes, and we communicate with the world through our words, right? Animals communicate with scent, with sense and body language, and we do to some degree as well. But as humans, our word is our bond. Okay. So, what you got, let me just wrap this video up. It doesn't need to be long. What you guys got to understand is that the leaders that are presented to you, they're always presented as being incompetent morons for a reason. Because when you believe that that's the highest level achievable, I mean, again, man, their fucking God dies in his own fucking holy book. And that's done on purpose because, especially for the people that don't even read their Bibles, right? A guy sent me 3 fucking essays in one of my comments, and it's no coincidence that he quoted every verse except 3:22. He quoted every verse except the verse that directly says that God hid the tree of life from you. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole video in itself. When you believe that the highest authority is death and incompetence, you naturally follow. You have to ascend above all of that. You have to realize these people are avatars, and you have to realize these are not the people that actually control things, because you can't be an idiot controlling everything. It just doesn't happen. But they present these idiots as the leaders so that you think that you can be an idiot too and run everything. If you get it, you get it. If not, I don't know what to tell you. But I'm going to leave it at that, because if I go any further, YouTube's going to take my video down again. Peace.